What's up, guys? We're back with another scrapyard smash video today, and the star of the show is going to be this little Cub Cadet mower. When this thing came into the yard, I made a video about it, and a ton of you guys commented saying that that thing was worth a bunch of money and I was crazy if we smashed it. So I posted it for sale and told you guys you had 7 days to buy it, or 7 days for anyone to buy it, and if they didn't, we were going to smash it. Now, of course, that's been about a month ago, but we never got around to smashing it and nobody ever showed up to buy it. So today we're gonna smash it. So let's take a quick look at it and the few other items that we're gonna smash, and then we'll get to smashing. We've only got 4 items up today, so this should be a relatively quick one. Like I said, the star of the show is gonna be this little Cub Cadet mower. It is a shame because it's in relatively good shape, but we just don't have the time to store this stuff forever. And like I said, I posted it for sale so you guys could buy it if you really wanted it. Nobody bought it. So today we're going to see how flat we can get it with the plate. And then also we've got this old golf cart. This thing's actually been around here for a couple months. We thought maybe we would try to get it working to use it as a yard cart, and then we thought we were going to steal the canopy off it to use on another yard cart and decided against that. So today it's also getting flattened. We recently had this tire machine come in. It's just something unusual that we don't get in all the time, so I figured we might as well smash it while we got one. And that's sort of the same thing with this industrial mixer. This thing is pretty big and I'm sure is a very costly machine if you had to buy a new one, but we're going to see how well the plate will take care of it too. I believe this thing's made out of cast iron, or at least part of it's made out of cast iron, so it should crumble apart pretty well. But anyways, let's have a little bit of fun. I said I was going to do worse, but I'd say I hit that thing perfectly. This hood is basically completely flat. It's pretty funny how flat it actually is. It'll lay on the ground flat, and the rest of this thing is completely annihilated. The frame is on the deck and the deck is smashed flat in the middle, and of course the whole steering column and all the controls are flat as well. Thank goodness I made sure there was no gas and all of the oil was drained out of this thing, because this engine got crumbled into little pieces. I can see the crank down in there, and the top half of this engine would literally fall out of there. At least this generator came off. That's worth a little more as scrap as an electric motor, but that definitely worked out pretty well. Well, just like I expected, this thing is absolutely annihilated. I went ahead and dropped the plate a second time because the front side didn't look quite as smashed as the back side, but you can see it's pretty much smashed all the way down. I don't know if we can get it much flatter than that. Let's pull this top off here. Yeah, I would say if you were in the driver's seat there, you'd be in bad shape, obviously from the plate falling on you, but this steering shaft or steering column in your lap probably wouldn't feel too good. But this side is definitely lower than the other side. Well, the mixer was up and down as well as it did. Of course, this is why we always do this when we're closed and nobody's around, because that thing rolled over a couple times. So you never want to do that around anybody. But you can see how thick this thing is. I knew it was made of cast iron, and that's why I figured it would crumble pretty easily, but it actually withstood the impact pretty well. Now when I dropped it the second time, I didn't drop it from that high because I figured these cast iron feet or this base would just absolutely disintegrate, but it didn't, so I had to pick it up a third time and drop it again. Anyways, this is just one of those cool items to try because we don't ever really see these come in. It's a pretty uncommon thing around the yard, so at least we know they're pretty stout. Well, I take back what I said about this one holding up pretty well, because this thing got absolutely annihilated. Now this big steel tube, the main part of the structure, actually did pretty well. You can see how thick this steel is, but it just ripped the bolts from the housing. But that part did pretty well. The rest of it did not hold up very well. We got parts and pieces everywhere. At least now it'll be easier to process with the shear, and he can cut it apart and get that little electric motor out and all that good stuff. Well guys, that's pretty much it for today. We had some unusual items, and I'll always keep an eye out for some cool stuff coming into the yard that we can potentially smash. But if you have any ideas of some stuff you'd like to see smashed, leave a comment below, and if it comes through and we can save it, I'll definitely try to get to it. But as always, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.